Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs. My friend sent me an email this week and recommended the new Ron Chernow biography on John D. Rockefeller called Titan. I ordered it immediately from the library, almost 800 pages or so. It's a doozy, but I liked Chernow's style and became a fan while reading his bio on Alexander Hamilton, which, if you don't know, is the reason Lin-Manuel Miranda created the musical Hamilton in the first place. So thanks for your contribution. There are a couple things I always think about with John D. Rockefeller. The first is that he built his fortune in the city of Cleveland, where I live, and where we created Content Marketing Institute, Content Marketing World, and now The Tilt. According to the History Channel, shortly after the discovery of petroleum in Titusville, Pennsylvania, the 24-year-old Rockefeller entered the oil business in 1863 by investing in a Cleveland refinery. In 1870, he formed the Standard Oil Company of Ohio, along with his younger brother William, Henry Flagler, and additional investors. Now, every time I go downtown, I see the Rockefeller building, which is actually not too far from Cleveland Browns Stadium. The other thing I think about, and the purpose of this podcast episode, is that every year, John Rockefeller celebrated the anniversary of landing his first job. On September 26, 1855, a Cleveland merchant company, Hewitt and Tuttle, hired the teenaged Rockefeller as assistant bookkeeper. From that day forward, Rockefeller celebrated Job Day every September 26th to commemorate his entrance into the business world. He considered it more important than his birthday, and he said, "All my future seemed to hinge on that day." Now, as I was thinking about this, I realized I do the same thing. Now, April 2nd, 2007 was the official launch of what became Content Marketing Institute. So that's big, but for some reason, April 26th, 2007 is the day I always remember. That was my first blog post ever. It was called Why Content Marketing, and it's where I told the world, well, at least at that time, one or two people, that I thought content marketing was going to be the name for this industry, and from here on out, that's what the world should call it. Pretty vain, right? The only thing that helps out is, at least in this case, I was right. Do you have a date? What was the date you started your business on? When did you ship your first piece of content? When did you hire your first employee? What was the day you received your first review, published your first book, received your first byline, did your first podcast interview? These dates are important, and they need to be celebrated. Why is that? Now let's go back to Rockefeller. Yes, he said, "All my future seemed to hinge on that day." And he also asked himself later in life, what if I didn't get the job? What if I didn't write that blog post? How my world and life would be so different. We need to celebrate these things so we don't forget how truly important they are and the difference we are making in the world. And by the way, today is the 300th Content Inc. podcast episode. Worth remembering, right? Good luck.